Hi everyone, Michael Brown here again with you. Welcome back to Educator.com's Adobe Photoshop CS6 course. In this lesson, we're going to go over the transform tools. Now, if you remember my Photoshop basic categories, selections being number one priority, corrections, exposure and color, retouch, the retouching tools, and manipulation. The transform tools primarily fall under the manipulation category, and that would be because they are dealing with layers, not the entire image, but individual layers. For example, let's just use this. I have a singular layer here on this square background. If I go to the image menu and go to rotation, let's go counterclockwise. It rotates, you can't see it, but it rotated the entire image because the background was white. Let's go with flip canvas horizontal. It does all layers, the entire image. The edit menu transform is only working with an individual layer itself. So if I do a rotation here, it's rotating only the layer. The transform tools deal with individual layers. And it's puppet warp, free transform, or the transform, scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective, warp. And when you're doing the rotations and flips, it's of a single layer. Let's go to a layered image, for example, if I have one here, and let's turn on this flower right here. So if I do an edit, transform, flip horizontal, oh, it was the wrong layer. I had it on the main layer. Sorry. This is the flower layer right here. So it's the active layer. My fault. Transform, flip horizontal. Notice that the flower flips. If I go edit, transform, rotate 90 degrees, it rotates the flower. So what happens with the transform tools under the edit menu, they're always working on a singular active layer. So let's go back to the example here. I'm going to move it, the single layer around. And so now we're going to go edit, free transform. The bounding box comes up, which allows us to rotate or transform by scaling. We're only scaling this image. Although let's set it horizontally. Click OK. And let's go free transform, which is Command or Control T. And now when I scale, it's pretty obvious that it's not distorting it. It's only scaling it. I'm going to actually make another layer. I'll delete this and make a square. Copy and paste. Fill it with red so that we're on the same page. Whoa, wrong thing. Edit, fill with red. And now we have a new red layer that's perfectly square. So now I go back to the transform, free transform. Notice it's rotating, and if I scale, you see that it's not distorting, only scaling that image. Now, if we go Command or Control on a PC, the letter T for free transform, notice, we can also access all of the other transform features. You never need to really go to them. You will Control-click on a Mac or right-click on a PC inside the bounding box, and you get the drop-down layer, and there they all are. So you don't have to go to the edit menu, shortcuts. You already looked at scale. You understand rotate, skew. It's precisely what it says. If we grab this end, it actually distorts. But if we do the Control-click skew in the center, we get a skew, traditional skew. Now you can distort an edge individually by changing only the corners themselves. So there's an additional feature in the skew. Command on a Mac, Control on a PC, the letter T, Control, click on a Mac, right click on a PC. Let's